Great. Thank you for having me here. I think maybe I should just start off with the insights. If we can get it up. So the first to begin with, the future belongs to those with a whole new mind, artists, innovators, designers, storytellers, and mostly right-brainers. The second one, I believe that design, innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurship is what I call DICE, will play an important role in transforming the Indian economy. Third one being, good design may not always make commercial sense, but going forward, every business must make great design sense. So going back to the first one, I'll tell you a little story. So I always believe I was, born, more right-brained. Right-brained in the sense being more creatively inclined. I think typically, entrepreneurial minds have always been guided, being left-brain, which is more, logical, rational, and meticulous. But I somehow felt, had this creative inclination, and I wanted to pursue a career in design. This was, almost 10, 15 years ago, and, not really, I think people kind of undervalued the, sort of undermined what design could actually do, the impact and power of design, for, India, for our, rural issues, urban issues. So I actually took on this, career challenge of studying design and innovation, at the Parsons School of Design in New York. And of course, design being a big taboo and coming from a very professional family, it wasn't probably the right thing to do. But I took that on, and having studied that and spent about 4 or 5 years in New York, when I was actually doing my thesis project, I obviously, again, was another, any other typical student who didn't really know, what I was going to do after my career. So I think after sort of, studying and reaching my 4th final year of my thesis, I kind of, I think, had that enlightenment that, wow, design could actually do wonders. So I actually wanted to sort of, use that for the education space, because I felt that the root of all problems, especially in India, all start from, our high illiteracy rates, unemployment rates. I mean, you'll be surprised, even people who graduate out of Mumbai University, is as low as 16.2% of, of employment, because they don't come out with the right skill sets, with the right, sort of job attributes that are required today. So hence, I sort of, went on this sort of, bandwidth of like exploring rural India, where there were communication barriers, and how could we sort of get the message out, and also, teach, just rural schools treat children through creative learning methods. So we'd actually formed a sort of a gaming strategy to teach them, which ended up being really rewarding and was very meaningful. And hence I felt that, I want to sort of take this on and actually, form a business model where we could form the right ecosystem. Hence, I feel, right-brainers is really key for today's conceptual era. Even, this book actually read by Daniel Pink called Whole New Mind, which was very inspirational about how today's, in today's day and age, I think you need more of your creativity to be unleashed. I think design innovation can really be the true game changers for future businesses. Hence, how can we sort of build this culture of innovation and take it, to the Indian youth? So again, taking on the cue on design, innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurship, how do we foster entrepreneurship and innovation? So hence, actually build an ecosystem. So it wasn't just an education hub, but also I think sort of having spent some time in the Silicon Valley, doing some research, understanding how businesses were thriving there with, these crazy startup and, billion-dollar valuations. How can we build a similar Silicon Valley here in home in Mumbai, in the heart of the city in Lower Parel? So of course we took up, the infrastructure. We collaborated with my alma mater, which was Parsons School of Design, and I think it was just serendipity and everything sort of fit, and they were also ready to sort of look at India and China as sort of future hubs and counterparts. So hence we set that up with Parsons, because I knew that we couldn't create that content and curriculum by ourselves here in India, and that's what we were really lacking. So hence we needed that support to create the right curriculum and creative content, build the ecosystem. We also launched an accelerator program with Microsoft Ventures, because I felt that along with this education thing, we needed a whole startup ecosystem where where people could come in, and I think there was this whole paradigm shift happening with the millennial generation. People wanted to do something more creative and with their passion, and turn their passion into a serious business option. I think hence people are going more towards media, entertainment, food, retail, and all these other, I think, interesting game-changing sort of ideas. So hence we started the accelerator program as well, where we sort of have a maker's lab. We have our own in-house talent, and people sort of creating new ideas. We've also launched a virtual reality center, and we're probably the first ones in India to have it. So anyone who's interested to come and experience that, you're most welcome to come and have a look at that. So hence, I felt that, especially taking on businesses like, someone here spoke about Uber, Airbnb. I think what was really common to it, I don't know if most of you know, but the founders of Airbnb are actually designers, and they were not business managers, but they just turned, their model, and I think the whole user experience into, having that sort of interesting business model. So I think hence, I think design can play a major role in and that's what we actually teach in our school. We have professionals who come in and from the industry, and I think that's what I think, being in the heart of the city, you can attract the best of talent to come in and teach real-world experiences, as well. And the lastly, I think good design may not always make commercial sense, but going forward, every business must make great sense, because again, I think people think design is very expensive, or it's something which is kind of, I think, sprinkled on top at the end, more for the aesthetics, and more for the visual sort of representation. But I think that's wrong. I think design is something which has to sort of be right at the beginning, and through a design thinking approach, which is actually, I think, recognizing what the problems are, where the problems lie, and then coming up with the solutions, understanding the end user. I think, being able to do what we call in our terms ethnography, understanding and empathizing with, with your consumer, because at the end of the day, the consumer is God, and you have to sort of, cater to their whims and fancies. So hence, I think, it's great to, I think, also have these movements like Make in India and, Startup India, because I think with Design in India, of course, with Make in India, firstly, we need to design in India. How do we sort of go back to creating in India? So, there's so many businesses that, we can name, all the Fortune 100 companies, like, the Philips Biomedical Products, from Google's Project X, to sort of the Etihad Airlines wing seats. Of course, Indigo Airlines itself, I think, in India has been able to create a successful, product, whether it's their brand recall value from their brand artifacts that they use, to, I think, the single fleet efficiency that they have. So I believe now brands in India are, themselves are kind of, using design innovation, as a common tool, to sort of, build more value creation, and sort of, forward the economic development, of India. So hence, I think, also for innovation, I think collaboration is really important. as well. I think collaboration is, of course, really key. So obviously, when conceptualizing the idea of ISDE, our prime focus was to cultivate entrepreneurial minds and ensure a comprehensive engagement with the design industry. So I think a basic lever, float, an incubator, a fitness band, they exhibit the power at the hands of designers because they share the common thread of functional design, which is capacitated to improving the future and transforming and enabling human life. We want to foster such a culture of design thinking and kindling design innovators. So I think we're becoming a lot more design reliant, I think more design thinking reliant. So I think I felt that the education industry too has to surface this way. I think a lot of us have been educated in the 20th century, but the course which was designed in the 19th century. So how can we sort of create new age education, for the Indian youth? So hence, that's what we're sort of building and creating right here, in Mumbai. We're also actually embarking on creating India's first innovation district. So typically, innovation districts, again, right out of the Silicon Valley, were more suburban, but the whole concept's been changing now. So we've been inspired by, the Barcelona 22 district, which has been really successful. So I think now with this whole smart city initiative, the idea is how do we sort of build, more sort of, central cities with better urban design, with mixed house development, the best of education, retail, all under sort of one area. I mean, why can't we have like public Wi-Fi, solar lighting, and things like that to make our city a lot more efficient and actually sort of impact design. So we also work a lot with the government. We recently did a workshop for the railways on how can we improve a journey for a local Mumbai traveler. So again, they represented their challenges. We had the central and the western officials actually come there and present what the challenges were, and we kind of through a design thinking approach came up with some ideas which now hopefully will be implemented. How can we do better, have better water health within the railways? I mean, there's lack of water. Can we create water ATMs? How can we create more revenue generators, for our railways? Things like that, which the ATVs, the ticketing machines, were undermined and underutilized. So how do we sort of, build from that? So hence, there, students have also been working a lot of projects. Did a project to rebrand the Maharashtra tourism recently, which we're pitching to the government again. So it's really interesting how the government also is coming forward and supporting, I think, this cause, because I believe design can do wonders and can, it can be used as a really powerful tool to impact, social lives, and major issues which we face day to day. I can open it out to any questions.
I think, Radha, you've made an amazing point. And also, I think the times come where design is not just seen as improving aesthetics, and therefore, after everything's done, the business model, the product, and everything, then bring the designers in, and then they'll just do the skin, give it a beautiful skin. I think times come to get designers to sit on the policy table, on the strategy table.
Yes.
And design is about designing not just new products, processes, business models, even designing new ecosystems. I think we heard in the last session where we're saying we live in a big connected world, which is a complex adaptive system.
Yes.
That itself needs a fundamental rethink as far as design is concerned. Thank you so much for taking us through this, Radha.
Thank you for having me here. Thank you.